How you doing? Todd, happy Easter to each and every one of you. I'm going to be wearing a headset so you guys can hear me okay. And I've got a message for anyone that wants to watch this on how to win the head game every single day. And I coach this, and I'm going to just give you three things. I'm not going to go really in depth with you, but it's going to give you a good foundation if you're watching this, if you really want to win the head game, if you really want to take control of your mind. Because we have 70 to 90,000 thoughts a day. And make no mistake about it, most people are walking around this earth having this little thing, this little noggin control everything. They are not in control of their mind. They're not in control of their thoughts, but their mind is in control of them. And we see this with a lot of people that make bad decisions. We have more people in America incarcerated than any other country in the world. 3 to 4 million men and women are in jail. I think that number is just continuing to get higher and higher and higher. I heard recently 1 out of 9 men in America have been in jail or imprisoned. And the reason I bring that up is because, a lot of people are making bad choices. You look at marriages and divorce, and 60% of marriages. Now, this is the most fantastic relationship in the world. People just don't date for a day and then get married, right? They actually have dated for a little while, they get married, they fall in love, and then whatever happens, I know what happens to the bad marriages because, it's a decision, it's a choice that people make. But 60%, so that means 60 out of 100 marriages fail. Why is that? And why is 40% actually they make it, but 20% of even the women in those marriages of the 40% would leave the man, but they don't want to, or they have fear because of the money or that situation or their house or whatever. They have that security. So why are only 2% of all marriages phenomenal? Why are only 2% of the world making most of the money when 98% of the world is not making the most money? Only 2%, okay? Why is that? Have you ever thought about that? Here's my view on that, my take on that, and also my philosophy on that I've actually taken action on and also studied for years and years, and that's why I'm a coach on really how to win the head game. It's very simple. People don't know how to win the head game. So imagine if you learned how to access your subconscious mind, you learn how to harness the power of your mind, create new software in here that you can update instead of being so prehistoric of safety, safety, safety. That's all really the mind's for most people. But what if you access the subconscious mind? So how do you do that? I'm going to give you 3 bullet points that really you today on this Easter weekend can start harnessing the power of these 3 things. And these 3 things is what I would really have to coach you one-on-one on in a very in-depth way, but at least you start to have the self-awareness. Here's my philosophy about self-awareness. Self-awareness is the most important thing. It's more important than being rich. It's more important than wealth. It's more important than anything. It's self-awareness. You can't teach self-awareness. You can't make someone get self-awareness, but here's how you get self-awareness. You have to have a system. There's got to be a system on a day-to-day basis that you're doing every day with discipline and consistency. It's called program knowledge. So it's not just knowledge is everything. Certain knowledge is everything. Certain knowledge that actually going to help you focus on winning the head game and making the wise choices every day. That's what we call program knowledge. And then when you actually take action and add new experiences from that action taken and the knowledge that you're learning from the system that you have created or doing every day, that equals your self-awareness. So here's what I believe that the 3 things that are really just so relevant in life today is number 1, meditation, doing it, understanding it, living by it, making it the most important thing you do twice a day, 7 days a week. Number 2 is from that accessing new thoughts that you're actually creating, actually not even creating, they're already in your head, but you're accessing. And then you implant them that actually gets rid of it, really using affirmations, but you're using it the right way, because affirmations are meaningless and empty if you're just doing affirmations to do it. But because you access your subconscious through meditation, now you can actually use certain affirmations. Like, for instance, I always start my anchor as I am discovering a new and better way, and I just customize whatever affirmation that I want to think that divorces that old thought. So I'm not fearful anymore, I'm not anxious, I don't have anger. I can literally focus on what I want to create for the day and set my intentions for the day because of this way, the way of thinking, this new way of thinking, going next level you and getting rid of old self. And eventually that old self is going to go away forever. You're killing your old self and you're actually creating a new next version of yourself, which also is a new level of creativity because you're meditating and accessing those genes and signaling those genes every single day, about 1,600 a day that you're signaling. Now, the third thing is the power of visualization. What are you not clear on in your life? What do you want certain outcomes to be in the now? So even when you're like trying to lose weight or trying to build a body, maybe muscles, whatever it is, you have to visualize the body that you want in the future and start acting on it in the present. And in the past, all the stuff in the past, your thoughts, the way your mistakes that you've made, this is how you create new thoughts. This is how you access those new thoughts that you want to create, by understanding the self-awareness of how this process works, and then taking action and visualizing the outcome that you want right now. So what are some of the outcomes that you want in your life? Let's say you have one to two things specifically, or that you want clarity in number one, and then you want a specific outcome. Well, because you meditate, because you change your way your thought process goes, and you're accessing a new thought that gets rid of that old thought through affirmations, now it's like time to visualize. So what outcome do you want in your life? You visualize it every day. You set your intentions for the day, how you're going to treat your wife, how you're going to treat your husband, how you're going to treat your family, how you're going to treat your kids, how you're going to treat your clients. You are setting the intentions in the morning because you're doing the meditations and changing your mindset, that it's setting the bar. And we have that superhero power, if you will, because we're all created by God, so we're God-like. So we have the imagination factor. We also have the choice factor. So we can choose whatever life we want, and we can choose whatever outcome that we want, and we can choose whatever energy that we're putting into this every single day, moment by moment. It's our choice. So your past is there, and I get it, but you don't have to be a victim of your past anymore. You could be a product of your past. And remember, life happens for you, not to you. And a lot of people don't believe that. They just think life happens and to them, but life happens for us when you understand these three things. So I coach people on this very in depth. It's transforming lives. I get testimonials all the time. I just don't post them a lot on social media. I'm bad at that, but I get testimony after testimony, and it's not because of me. It's because I've taken these three things and I've changed my life because of these three things and implemented them. And because of that, I can speak with authority on these three things because it's changed me. It changed the way I think. I continue to use it. I continue to customize new affirmations, and I really think differently. I've won the head game. I'm winning the head game, but it is a challenge every day because the greatest fear, the greatest enemy, what you should fear, I should say, not the greatest fear, but what you should fear is apathy. Apathy is the worst enemy that you need to fear, not be afraid of it, but you need to meet it head on. And you need to know what apathy is. It's a natural human instinct common to us all, which we constantly seek our comfort zone, which nothing ever changes. It's like a magnet. And the closer you get to that, you're a magnet, apathy's a magnet. The closer you get to it, you're backtracking. And you're not moving forward with your life. You're making stupid decisions over and over and over again. And that's really failure. Doing the same thing over and over again, making the same mistake over and over again. But if you want to get away from apathy, grow, get out of your comfort zone, that's how you have to do it, okay? You have to follow these three things: meditating, accessing thoughts that are going to get new thoughts, that are getting rid of your old thought and the old way of thinking through affirmations, the power of customized affirmations. And then number three, visualizing an outcome that you want now, but focusing on the future of how you want to react to things and how you want to be physically, mentally, but start living it in the present at this very moment. That is what changes your lives. That's what changes your behaviors, which if you change your behaviors, you're going to create desirable results. And that's how you change your life. And that's how you develop into a leader. That's how you can lead yourself and then have the authority to lead others. And that's why a lot of people quit their businesses. That's why a lot of people quit their marriages. That's why a lot of people quit on life, even suicide, which is obviously the worst selfish thing you can do. But it's because they give up. Because they're always back to apathy, because they don't have the resources to know how to get out of there. And that's what I just helped you out with those three resources. Now, I use guided meditations and all that, which I give to my clients. Like I said, I'm just giving you outlines of it to get you a little bit self-aware of the education that it takes to change your behaviors. And this is what I do for a living. This is my profession. I'm passionate about it because it works. That's why I'm passionate about it. I've seen the changes in myself, and I'm really hoping and praying that you start to do these three things and start to see the changes in you. So thanks so much for listening, and looking forward to our next talk.